Yeah, all good.
Pleasure to see you again, Anna. And sorry, did you say John? Is that right?
Tony.
Tony. Pardon me for that. I'm
Okay.
glad to see you both here. Have you been to counselling before, Tony?
No, I haven't.
Well, basically, I pretty much can guarantee your confidentiality under a couple of clauses, though. It is if you're thinking of hurting yourself or thinking of hurting someone else, or in the unlikely event that this comes to a court case, I have to inform authorities. So it's really important that you know that those are the three things that I can't sort of contravene, because that's part of being a counsellor. Everything else, whatever you say within this room, is confidential. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Tony.
So I've understand that Anna's got you here, and I'd like you to sort of maybe if you could perhaps tell me how you're going with your relationship with Anna, Tony.
Yeah, I think she tries to text me and call me too much. I've got my own life with my wife now, and she just doesn't understand. She's always trying to get involved, sticking her nose in where it's not wanted.
I don't, that's not how I want you to take it, Tony. I'm just trying to, I love you. I love you, and I always loved you, and we've always been so close, and I just feel I've lost that with you now, that you just don't want to talk to me anymore.
Okay.
Well, I'm a grown up now. I don't need you there 40 times a day.
Okay. So what I'm hearing here is that that you're feeling frustrated, Tony, that Anna is not respecting your boundaries, and what I'm hearing from you, Anna, is that that you feel that Tony's withdrawing and not wanting to talk at all. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yep.
he just does. We've always been close, even after he got married. We still used to talk every day, and he's just completely pulled away from me now and just won't talk to me at all. And I miss him.
Tony, how does that sort of sit with you, hearing that?
I don't know. I do feel sorry for her, but I've got my own life now, and I need to have time with my wife and stuff as well.
Okay.
We've always been so close, though, Tony. I miss not talking to you.
But we can still talk, just not all day, every day, constantly.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So what you're saying that is there that it sounds to me like you're saying, I'm happy to chat with you. Is that what you're saying, Tony? But you need to keep it within a time frame and within boundaries. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep. Yep.
So how do you feel about that, Anna? Is it, what sort of things are you running through your mind about that?
It's just frustrating because I don't want to lose him. I love him. I love all my kids. But I just feel that now he's just doesn't want to talk to me anymore, and it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts a lot.
So, Tony, would you say that that you actually have the desire to talk to Anna?
Yeah, I'm happy to talk to her, but not all day. I've got other things to do. I've got my wife, my work.
Okay.
And I understand that, Tony. I do understand that. But when you don't respond to any of my messages, it hurts me.
Because you just don't stop. You just keep going and going and going, all text all day, constantly.
Okay, well, I get that. Maybe I need to back off a little bit, but you don't respond to any of them. I don't know, just
All right.
get frustrated, I guess, and
Sorry. What
I just
I'm
get frustrated, don't know what else to do.
what I'm hearing from you is that Anna, is that you really value family, and what I'm hearing from you, Tony, is that you value space. So I think that what we could possibly do is work on what can we do to actually create a happy medium where you meet somewhere in the middle. Is there a way that Anna, you could be a little bit less forward in your contacting? And is there a way, Tony, that you could actually, find some time for your mum? Because it seems to me that would be, does that sound like a halfway situation to both of you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to lose contact with Tony or his wife. I love them both to bits.
Okay. Sorry, Tony, does that sound like it could be a reasonable resolution for you?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So, what we're doing, I suppose, is that you're sort of making agreements. You're agreeing to coexist. It sounds to me like you've both got some differences, and maybe I've heard that there's been some differences in opinion about values. It seems to me that Anna has slightly different values from you, Tony, and it seems like the best way of sort of approaching that is to sort of coexist. Perhaps you'll have to agree to disagree on a few things. Does that sound like something that might help?
Yeah, well, she just is always pushing the fact that we need to have children. We're not getting any younger, and like, I'm not ready to have children. I've got my career. I'm fully career focused, and I don't want children in my life.
Hang on, I need to pause for a minute.
Okay.
So what I just heard was that the priorities here are a bit different. Is that right? You Tony, saying that children are not an important priority, whereas Anna, you're saying that, and I'm starting to sort of get the gist that your culture, especially, it's important to you that to have children. So, like to sort of.
Yeah, I've always brought up the kids to value families, and as I say, I would have loved to have gone on and had more children. So it just wasn't meant to be. So it hurts that Tony's not wanting to, or just not discussing it with me, I guess. So I don't even know what his thoughts are, if he just doesn't want to have children, or if they're just not on the agenda at the moment.
Okay.
I just think it doesn't really have anything to do with you. It's me and my wife's choice, and you don't really get any say.
Yeah.
I do get that, Tony. I don't think I want a say in it. I would just like to know, I guess, if there's a chance that maybe you will have children, so that I know either way, I guess.
I'm not sure. At the moment, no.
Okay.
Well, I'm really picking up that you're that you're very much respectful of what Tony's saying, and I think Tony that sometimes, you know, it might have. Is it true that it might have come off as feeling a bit sort of too aggressive? The questions about children in the past, it just sounds to me like the approach might have been a bit, could have been a bit different, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get that too. Maybe I need to back off a bit, but I just got to the stage where he just refused to talk about it. So it was just hurting and frustrating me. So I was just pushing it. But yeah, I do get it. I need to back off, and I don't want to lose my son. I love him to bits, and I don't want to lose that. And if he can have kids or doesn't want kids, then, you know, I'll have to accept that. But just refusing to talk about it up till now has just been a hard thing for me to accept.
Yeah. Well, what I might do then is I might get you guys to. Sounds like you guys are open to scheduling meetings so that the relationship continues to go on, with perhaps establishing some ground rules. If there's if something that is off the table, perhaps one party could say, you know, because I'm noticing that you guys really respect each other. I really appreciate like how much I can tell just by you know, interaction between you two, that, you know, even if you disagree, that you can do it in a really honourable manner. So maybe if there's certain things that you don't, that Tony, you don't want to talk about, or even if there's things that you don't want to talk about, Anna, perhaps that can be off the table, and you guys could perhaps schedule time together. Would that actually work for you guys?
How about Tony, if I take you and Melissa out for dinner next week, and we don't even talk about children, we just have a nice night and just catch up?
Yeah, that sounds nice.
That'd be nice. It'd be nice to catch back up again, and I promise I won't talk about children.
All right. Well, what we might do is we might, since you guys have come to sort of a more natural resolution, what I might do is I might wrap it up there, and you can call my office if you guys would not like to have a discussion about anything else.
Okay. Yeah, no, this has been helpful. Thank you, Ben.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Very good.
Stop recording.
Recording.